Yo, we have another exciting announcement. There is going to be a Kickstarter starting soon through Original Magic Art. Shout out to Josh at doing playmats and tokens of the original art pieces from Nils Hamm. Nils Hamm has some of the most iconic magic art. If you aren't familiar, if you don't know it, just Google. And you got stuff like Delver's Secrets, Deranged Assistant. My personal favorite are the Titania tokens, the Wizards tokens from Doken of Perfection. There is just, it doesn't stop. Some of the spookiest right on theme with everything that's going on right now. You even got some infect creatures mixed in with Bleakleaf Goblin or Blackleaf Goblin, whatever the infect goblin is. It's all beautiful. So check it out. It hasn't started yet, so you can kind of get in early, and then we'll start making announcements and everything, and you'll see which playmats are available, what tokens are going to be available, but it's all going to look good. So definitely use the affiliate link below to help support us and make your playmats look fancy.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Command Center. We would like to put our favorite commander, maybe even yours, front and center. And you know we can't do that unless you play those three egregious letters, E, a D, and a H. What does it stand for today, Hadoken?
It stands for Enragingly Deceptive Hoodlums. That's right. There's a new sect that came out. It's called Phyrexia. All will be one. And it has been some problematic stuff that came out in this. And of course, there are some bangers out here. We'll talk about that later. But there's also some hidden threats coming. But before we go down that path, we need to give a shout out to one of our patrons.
That's right. We always want to give a shout out to one of our patrons when they join the Mana Squad. And today, Derek, who are we shouting out?
Shouting out Joe Kleckner. Thank you for supporting the squad and your favorite commander, who is Teneb the Harvester. Teneb is so good, even Ken can't say anything bad about it. So
Because he has a deck with Teneb the Harvester.
That will destroy yours.
that whole cycle of dragons, I think, is like peak of what commander is. Big 6-drop dragons with extra mana to get triggered abilities. It's a wonderful thing. So
Yeah, except for that life game one. We don't mess with that one.
yeah, it exists. But Teneb does more than exists. Bringing stuff back from the graveyard. It's a beautiful thing. May your friends play no graveyard hate and allow you to reanimate in peace.
In the words of the great Kirk of Franklin, the poet, JC, are you with me? Oh, yeah. We up in here. We ain't going nowhere. So, thank you for believing in what we do and shouting us out. So, going down this path, Phyrexia, all will be one, is the set that came out, and it is bonkers. Yeah, the mythics are great. Yeah, Elish Norn, the face is disgusting and will probably be banned within the next 2 weeks. Yeah, all these things are true. Yeah, we love it. Toxic is a thing, and we love it.
Loving to proliferate.
Loving to proliferate everything because you die in the night. Anyway, we were like, yeah, these cards are good, but some of these cards are dangerous, and they are commons and uncommons too. So
Yep.
we're going to talk about the sleepers you better be looking out for because it might be coming right for you.
Yeah, so I'm going to be gracious. Normally I go first, but today I think I'm going to still go first. So I want to talk about this one right here. It's called Expand the Spear. It's 3 and a green. It's a sorcery. It says, look at the top 6 cards of your library. Put up to 2 land cards from among them onto the battlefield, tapped, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. If you put fewer than 2 lands onto the battlefield this way, proliferate that number of times equal to the difference. So peel off the top 6. If you get 2 lands, not basic lands, any 2 lands, throw them onto the battlefield, tap. All right. If you miss your lands this time, don't worry, baby. Go ahead and take some proliferate. It's a win-win.
Oh my god.
This is the reason that Primetime got banned. I'll just put that out there.
I did not know that. That is beautiful.
Yeah. So it's a lot going on. So like I said, it's a win-win. Either hit your lands or do some proliferation.
I really need to start reading cards that have more than 2 lines of text.
Yeah,
that's really good.
This one took me a minute to get through. It took me about a day and a half.
Did you know if you read them, it explains them?
A wise man once told me that.
Yeah, you got to get through the reading first.
One day I'll learn. One day.
All right, Derek, give us the next
A
one.
wise man
All right.
once said also, this tastes funny.
So I'm cheating sort of. I have 2 cards that kind of represent the same thing. I'm loving, almost kind of similar to what Seb was just talking about, the reach out and give people a poison counter / tied to regular effects. Also the random proliferate tied to regular effects. So the first one I want to talk about is Infectious Bite. Infectious Bite is a 2-mana instant. Literally just says target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. So not even fight. You're reaching out and dealing damage, which is awesome removal, especially in green.
Especially if they have Death Touch as well.
Oh, and then just casually afterwards, each opponent gets a poison counter.
Love it.
So one of the big things about proliferate heavy decks was in the past was sometimes you wanted to mix infect creatures in just to get like a poison counter to spread so you can proliferate, but it was always really inconvenient. Typically infect creatures are terrible unless you have black for like a Skittles or something like that. They're really bad, so it kind of goes against your strategy. Cards like this, it's removal. Oh, by the way, everyone gets a poison counter. And one that kind of does a similar thing that is just ridiculous is Prologue to Phyrexia. It's the same idea. 2 mana instant. Each opponent gets a poison counter and you draw a card. So now if you're in a deck, maybe like a Noyandar, where you want to proliferate your counters and everything like that, and you want to play cantrips, you can just reach out, give everyone a poison counter. And that's the crazy part about these is almost everything with Infect in the past was outside of like an Icarats, you had to pick one person to give poison to. So getting these cantrip, removal, and then just throwing each person gets a poison counter seems really powerful to me. So yeah,
even copying the spells.
Yeah,
this will be pretty good spell to copy.
It seems insane. So the fact that they're on commons and uncommons at like 2 mana, it seems very powerful.
All right, Ken.
And as you can tell, Derek stole one of mine. So let's go down to another one.
I actually had the green one on my list at first.
Oops.
First of all, I chose this for the name, mate, basically, but the side effects, it gets there with you. It's called Sheldred's Edict. First of all, I love this card because it gets around hexproof. Anything that gets around hexproof, I love. But you can choose one. Each opponent sacrifices a token. Each one sacrifices a non-token creature. Each one just sacrifices a creature token, or they sacrifice a planeswalker.
Ooh.
I love this because one, it's an instant, and it gets around so much shenanigery. Oh, I want to protect something with like a dive down. Oh, I want to give something with a hexproof. I don't care. I don't care what you do, because it's not going to stop this freight train from running you over. Beep, beep. Who got the keys to the Jeep? That is not a train.
I was like, wait, that doesn't sound like...
But you know where I'm going with this. You knew where I was going with this.
Cannot never know where you're going. That's the whole fun of the ride. It's not knowing where we're going.
I don't know where we're going until I hear a period.
Done.
All right, so... moving on to my next one. This one, I think I just love the name. I'm actually just now really looking at the name, but this is Transplant Theorist. All right, this man got theories. About to drop some knowledge on y'all real quick.
It's the theory of a dead man.
So, what this theorist does is, whenever it or another artifact creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. This is just quick card draw. Like, it has another ability too. You can put target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. But the fact that whenever an artifact just enters your battlefield, you can just draw a card, discard a card. I know we've been beating this dead horse for the past year and a half, but treasures are a thing, and they come a dime a dozen. And they usually,
it's just another artifact.
Yeah, you usually dropping more than one treasure token at a time.
You dropping it like it's hot.
So you're generating mana rocks and also drawing cards at the same time. So pretty awesome 4-drop creature. I think that you should probably keep your eye on.
Woo. More people need to run a collector Oofy.
Ooh.
That is nasty.
Oofy only stops what?
Artifacts can't be activated. Period.
That's not art. It's just a ETB.
No, I'm talking about for treasures. No, this is great. I meant as far as you mentioned treasures.
And that's like a dummy, you gotta tap treasures to sack them. What moron thought?
Moron.
When somebody played a oof and I had all these. I will talk about that later. Sorry.
I'm putting oof in more decks.
This man's speaking more from experience.
All right, my second pick, you're in a sense a theme here, is going to be Unnatural Restoration. Again, it's basically 2 mana. It's a regrowth, except restricted to permanent. So you return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand, but then you also proliferate. So again, in decks, as someone who loves Infect and loves playing Infect decks, the entire problem in the past was the cards were so niche that it was impossible to really have long game value. You basically had to play crappy creatures, pump spells, and hope for the best. And if you had like the veggies of a deck, they did nothing to at all synergize with the poison strategy. So this will allow you to rebuy something in your graveyard and also proliferate. This card is going directly into Azuri, and it really does allow, great, you know what? If you're not about to kill somebody with Infect and the proliferate, doesn't matter. You still get that regrowth. Or if you don't even need something from your graveyard and you just need the proliferate, it's both there. And for 2 mana, yeah, it's crazy that some of these effects, they didn't even, what I love is they didn't add mana cost to it. They just slightly restricted what you can get. So it's not like a 3 or 4 mana spell, so you're inefficient. It's just as efficient, but you need to get it permanent. It's beautiful.
I just realized, and you just reminded me. Proliferate and experience counters. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh.
So Zuri is getting. Zuri was already a happy little Phyrexian elf man, and now he's just getting so many toys to play with. It's not even funny. It's just,
oh no.
yeah. So.
Oh no.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, this is bad. It's
beautiful.
Marin is still a thing, right?
So
I think so. Yeah. She's still there.
So let me blow your minds for a second with this 2-drop instant. Let me paint you a picture. You have a creature. It has trample. People try to stop this. Let's talk like a Galto or something. Let's talk about something nasty out there. I'm swinging a 12-12 with trample. And I'm going to block it with 3 creatures. Congratulations, you played yourself. Because I'm playing Offer Immortality. It's a 2-drop instant. Common. They done lost their mind. Jesus. Target creature gains Death Touch and Indestructible.
What?
For 2. Have you gone crazy? Why is all these snakes on these plays? This is ridiculous. You talk about combat tricks of combat tricks.
Death Touch and Indestructible.
Yes.
Okay.
You done changed the game.
Was that necessary?
Unnecessary.
I'm so disgusted. I just want to start mine. Like, I don't even want to talk about this one
like,
anymore.
I just want to throw it just off the meat rack. Like the butcher walks into the shop and threw it on the floor.
Like I know about an aura that gives you Death Touch and Indestructible, but you gotta it's a morph crazy little aura enchantment, and you gotta sacrifice a creature to put it on the creature.
That and you also gotta give up your firstborn and your left lung and your passcode.
It's 5 CMC
and your Wi-Fi password.
This is 2.
This is 2.
I do love the flexibility because, like you said, if it's like a trample heavy deck, it's disgusting.
It's gross.
But you could also kind of play it like a Tameo Safekeeping, which gives hexproof Indestructible. Because most times, unless it's an exile target creature thing, you can just protect your commander.
Protect the board
but
wipe.
this actually protects from board wipes too. Yeah, that's dirty. Or you could just throw it on a little token and death touch something. You just little death tickle to one of your opponent's scariest creatures.
I'm gonna block you. You are a moron.
All right, so I'm gonna go to mine next. So this is called Vat of Rebirth. All right, so this is 1 black artifact. Whenever an artifact or creature you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you put an oil counter on the vat. Pay 2 and a black, tap it, remove 4 oil counters from the vat, return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield, activate as a sorcery. It's pulling things from the graveyard for 2 and a black and a tap. And yeah, you got to put some oil counters on it after a creature or another artifact you control is put into your graveyard.
Not treasures again.
Treasure tokens again. Or just, you might just do something like, a bunch of creature tokens and go wide or whatever and just sack them all. But at the end of the day, you put in oil counters on this thing. And like we've been saying the whole time, proliferate is now a thing. So easily you're pulling things from the graveyard each turn or at least every other turn. So one drop artifact that's killing them right now.
Yeah, that's disgusting because you don't even have to like sacrifice it or anything to reanimate.
No.
That's...
No. You just remove the oil counter.
See, it'd be fun if y'all didn't run like 30 graveyard hate pieces in every deck. So
I'm upping it now. I'm upping to 35.
I'm not gonna have anything to reanimate there.
I'm gonna have more graveyard hate than land.
All right, so my next card is one that actually just narrowly missed my favorite art. The creature type is one of the most terrifying things possible, as it is a Phyrexian fungus.
Oh, not in this economy.
So if you thought like you've seen The Last of Us, you thought the fungus was bad, you thought Phyrexians were bad, and now they're buddying up for Phyrexian fungus, and it is Cankerbloom. It's 1 and a green. Cankerbloom is also a terrible name.
That's where your calf fuses to your ankle.
Cankerbloom is 1 and a green. The sad part is it's a 3/2, so it doesn't work in Azuri, but it's essentially another Rex Sage. It's 1 and a green. You can pay 1 colorless to sack it and either destroy an artifact, destroy an enchantment, or proliferate. So this thing is basically another version of the Caustic Caterpillars or the Rex Sages or all of these on rate because it's still 3 mana total to do it. But you have the added benefit of being able to proliferate if you choose to do so. And it's a 3/2. I don't know why the hell it's also a 3/2 because... Yeah, 3 power. Like, yeah, it's also like higher power than any of the other ones.
Yeah.
It seems ridiculous. And honestly, like I said, wouldn't work in Azuri, unfortunately, because of the 3 power. But in just about every other deck that I care about creatures being my removal, I feel like I'd run this over the other 2. Because you just have the extra benefit of, even if you don't run counters in your deck, maybe someone else ends up with poison counters that you want to proliferate. Maybe you want to proliferate someone else's stuff just off chance that someone has a -1 counter. Like, you just get extra value for nothing. So I feel like this is going to go into a lot of decks.
Yeah, I feel like if I had to put a visual on a Spuzum, this is what it would look like.
Yeah, 100%. This is oh my, that is a Spuzum. I'm zooming in right now. Confirmed. That is what a Spuzum looks like for sure.
For those who don't know, Spuzum is a actual
It's a creature type.
Yeah, there's only
or a creature name. I'm not sure if they changed the type.
Maybe, it's probably a Phyrexian Spuzum, but they couldn't fit it, so they used fungus instead.
Okay.
Either that or they got hit with a parental advisory for saying that.
All right, Ken, this is gross. Go next.
Okay, it's about to get grosser. It gets worse. It gets no better than this. So check this out. First of all, it's called Plague Nurse, or as I like to call her, waifu. Anyway,
is this Dr. Midnight? What's going on? Like,
yeah, it's a lot. I get poison ivy kind of threads from it, but you know, so follow me for it. First of all, it's got toxic too. It's 4 with 3 body, 4 booty, but that's not why we engage. I need you to come here for a second, and whoever created this card, we need to P test them immediately because they're doing all the drugs. You pay 3, green and 2. Each other creature you control with toxic gains toxic 1. You're buffing them 1 toxic.
Nice.
So imagine the double strike creatures out there.
Yeah.
Imagine all the.
Is this Trial for the Horde, the creature?
Pretty much.
Without the trample?
4. Have you lost your? Can you put the beeps in here? Because I'm about to go on a tangent.
We don't have a budget for beeps.
Okay. Yeah. Have you beat me? Beat. You beat. You beat. Da. I'm loving it. Anyway, that's the grossness I see, and these are commons.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting a little closer to Phyrexia. Bring everybody home to Phyrexia.
It's like the family reunion, or the family reunion. It's gonna get bad either way. Hey, yeah, Uncle Chad. No, I'm not gonna give you money again.
All right, let's go ahead and close this out because I'm feeling a little grossed out, and just from the card names, card art, and also what these cards do. So go ahead and hop over to TCG Player, check out our affiliate link in the bottom of the description, and get some of these nasty cards for yourself, and you help yourself out, help us out, and also help out your LGS as well.
And after you purchase these cards, go to I don't know what you believe in, but go to that faith petitioner and absolve yourself for the sins of buying this card. Also, if you like to look fly and play fly, you need to dress fly. That's right into the AM for all your graphic tees, sweatshirts, and sweaters. Remember, in space, they can't hear you scream, especially on Phyrexia. But you know what they can see?
All that drip. That Phyrexian drip.
That oily drip. Drip, drip, drip.
Drip, drop, drip, 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 drop, drop, drip.
Anyway, depending on when this video comes out,
we are going to be, or we'll have
just
been
in Philly,
and we may have been escorted out the facility for raising the roof entirely too hard. That's right. I'm talking about you. You thought you could out Locust Guide me. You rolled out of bed a clown. So, thank you.
So, needless to say, we bailed Ken out of jail.
We got him back.
Yeah, we're back.
Come talk to us. Love y'all.
And that fire in the bathroom, I don't even know how that got started. But
we didn't start the fire.
but we watched it burn, and then we took our turn